Hello there. Today, we are learning about one of the most important systems in the male body, the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is part responsible for creating life, so let's get started. Sperm cells are made in the testes, these oval-shaped structures which are on either sides, left or right. These testes are protected by a layer of the skin called the scrotum. You might say the scrotum is the pouch that contains the testes. A single structure is called testis and a pair is called testes or a pair of testicles. Sperm production happens in the seminiferous tubules within the testes. This process is called spermatogenesis and begins at puberty, continuing throughout a man's life. The testes are outside the abdominal cavity. Fun fact: the testes don't just produce sperm, they move up and down in response to temperature changes to keep sperm at the ideal temperature for survival, so they're always adjusting to protect future generations. If the testes are so important, why are they outside the abdominal cavity? That's because sperm formation require lower temperature around 2 Celsius. Let's take a closer look at the sperm cell itself. Each sperm has 3 main parts: the head region called the nucleus with genetic material, a middle part packed with mitochondria, providing energy for movement, and a tail region also known as the flagellum that physically helps with swimming across. Where is the sperm storage and who is in charge of making sure it gets released? The epididymis. Of course, the epididymis is a tightly coiled tube attached to the back of each testis. This is where sperm cells mature and develop the ability to swim. Sperm can be stored here for several weeks. When the time comes, the epididymis releases the sperm cell into the vas deferens, the long tube-like structure, which then carries the sperm towards the ejaculatory ducts. The vas deferens is a muscular tube about 45 centimeters long that transports sperm from the epididymis towards the urethra. These tubes pass through the inguinal canal into the pelvic cavity, curve around the bladder and join with the seminal vesicles to form the ejaculatory ducts. After leaving the vas deferens, the sperm moves to the ejaculatory ducts where it is mixed with nourishing fluids from several glands to form semen. Let's look at these important glands in order. First up, the seminal vesicles. These glands, like pouches, contribute about 60% of the semen volume. They secrete a yellowish, alkaline fluid rich in fructose, sugar that provides energy for sperm, the prostaglandins which help sperm movement and survival, proteins and enzymes that nourish the sperm, and alkaline substances that neutralize the acidic environment of the female reproductive tract. Next, the prostate gland. This walnut-sized gland sits below the bladder and surrounds the urethra, contributing 30% of the semen volume. Prostate fluid contains citric acid for nourishment, zinc to stabilize sperm DNA, and prostate-specific antigen, which liquefies semen after ejaculation, acid phosphatase and other enzymes and antibacterial substances that protects the urinary tract. Finally, the bulbourethral glands, also known as the Cooper's gland. These pea-sized glands near the base of the penis secrete a clear, slippery fluid into the urethra during sexual arousal. This fluid lubricates the urethra, neutralizes any trace of acidic urine in the urethra, and makes up less than 5% of the semen volume. Did you know sperm cells only make up about 1% of the total volume of semen? The rest is fluid from these glands that protect and nourish the sperm. The complete semen, carrying the sperm, then travels through the urethra that runs through the penis and can be released to the outside during ejaculation. The penis has 3 main functions: urination, which releases urine from the body; sex, all intercourse delivering sperm to the female reproductive system; and sexual pleasure. It consists of the shaft, which is the main body of the penis; the glands, the tip or head; the urethra, which is the tube running through it; in the erectile tissue, a spongy tissue that fills with blood during arousal. When sperm cells are released into the female reproductive system, they begin their journey towards the egg. Though millions of sperm cells may be released in a single ejaculation, only one sperm may be lucky enough to carry out fertilization of the ovum, also known as the egg. Well, that concludes the tour for today. Let's sum it up. The male reproductive system is a complex and fascinating network of organs, glands, and ducts, all working together to produce, nourish, and deliver sperm cells. Understanding how the system works helps us appreciate the incredible process of human reproduction.